Integrator Media is at Arabian Travel Market with John Philipson, with Cheval Collection Chief Operations Officer. How are you doing today?
I'm having a fantastic day. We're day 2 now, but it's busy, and I like busy.
So what do you expect from ATM?
It's our second year with a stand, although we've been coming for the last 10 probably. But it's basically a great way to connect with your partners, find new opportunities, new partners, from a hotel's point of view, investment point of view. So you always walk away with a lot of work to do.
So can you tell me about the overview of Cheval Collection and what sets it apart from other luxury accommodation places?
Okay. Well, Cheval Collection's been going for 40 years. We have 3 brands: Cheval Residences, Cheval Maison, and My Locando. Cheval Residences and Cheval Maison are high-end luxury. Larger apartments, larger spaces within the apartments, 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom. I think the quality is very important. So we do put a lot of attention to detail and quality into the fabrics, the materials, where things are laid out. But like any hospitality product, it's nothing without the service. And we have guests staying short stay and long stay, so it's about knowing your customer and what they want from you, whether it's a lot of service and a lot of interaction, or they want to be left alone, they're happy.
So that's the main difference between generation gap also. One generation wants to be left alone,
Yes.
and one generation, they need contact with you.
I think it's everyone reading the people that are in front of them and understanding why they're here, what do they want from us, me, and what can I do to facilitate that.
So how do you ensure that each location reflects the unique character of the city?
I think that it's in the name. We are Cheval Collection, and therefore we are a collection of individual properties. So wherever we're building a property, it's got to have a sense of place and a sense of purpose wherever it's located. So the one by Cheval Three Keys by the river in London, it's very fit for that location. But we also have very sort of UNESCO heritage sites, buildings, which have to be maintained in a certain way. And we like those ones as well. So it really, everything will be relevant to the place that it sits in. Taking in some local culture, some local heritage, either in the interior, because sometimes it's hard to do the exterior, but there's always a nod towards the country, the location, with the interior design.
So with the rise of short-term rental platforms, for example, Airbnb, so how do you make sure that Cheval Collection differentiates itself or grow out from this market?
I think we've been in the market for a long time. We've always been short-term and long-term. So we can do everything from 1 night to 365 nights. It really depends on the client. The difference for us though is that we are full service. So with an Airbnb, you may arrive, you may have no contact with the property, whereas we have reception, concierge, restaurants, bars, gyms. And so if they want the service provision, then we are sort of better set than the other short-term market.
So in the hospitality industry, sustainability is something that every company is trying to accommodate with them. So how Cheval Collection is collaborating with other companies or doing something for sustainability?
For sure. I think you have to do it these days. From a consumer point of view, you have to do it, but also it's now integral within business. People, owners and investors want to know that you have environmental and sustainability credentials. Borrowing money from banks, they want to know that you have environmental conditions. So for the last 5 years, we've been removing single-use plastics, buying products, and chemicals and materials in bulk, working only with suppliers that are already minimizing their waste and packaging. We now, pretty much all our buildings are double insulated. We use LED lighting. All our properties now bottle their own sparkling and still mineral water to reduce the amount of plastic and glass going into landfill. And we're sort of looking for partners where we can start doing some carbon offsetting linked to our own carbon emissions, but also encourage our guests to try and offset some of their carbon emissions. It's a slow process, but I think as time moves on, everyone will be comfortable with offsetting a little bit of their carbon footprint because of the nature of their travel, whether it's on their flight, taxis, but ourselves as a business. And tourism is a big contributor to global emissions. So we have to, if you're an honorable company, you have to try and do something to minimize your impact.
So coming towards the technology side, technology is very much used now in hospitality industry.
Sure.
Previously, it was just used for little work that the companies used to do ourselves.
For sure.
But now it's more for guest experience.
Very.
So now, how are you doing at Cheval Collection using technology for guests?
For sure. I think we probably use technology more for our employees, more to make their lives easier so they can spend more time with the guests. So in reality, AI or technology is making sure they're not doing repetitive or mundane tasks that take a lot of time, so that they can focus on what is important. It's forever changing. I mean, a year ago I looked at an AI system for our call center to answer basic questions. It didn't feel natural. 2 weeks ago we met another company and I could barely tell that I wasn't talking to a human being. So AI is evolving very quickly, and there's good versions of it, and there's work to be done. But if it can save time, then absolutely, it's a no-brainer.
So are there any upcoming plans or announcements from Cheval Collection?
About future projects?
Yeah.
Well, obviously we've just signed our second property in Dubai, which opens in January, which is Cheval Maison Expo. We've just announced Cheval Ladoon Living in Riyadh. And the partner in Riyadh with Ladoon Investments, it seems to be a very close relationship. They're already looking for another 2 sites in Saudi. So it's about finding the right partners. Once that connection happens, the rest of it becomes a lot easier.